We are at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City. Week 6 of the college football season, and our EA Sports college football coverage continues with what ought to be a great one. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Chris Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you talk about a home field advantage, you have to consider Kinnick Stadium. The fans are right on top of the action. They are on top of the opponent's sideline, making it one of the most difficult places to play in all of college sports. Named after Niall Kinnick, a war hero, the beautiful wave to the Cancer Children's Hospital. This is one of the most iconic spots to watch a college football game in the country. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. The Hoosiers will kick off first, and here we go. The returner will field it and try, and the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Scooped it, scored it, into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. Want them to return the football so something good can happen, so you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up, they want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the run from in, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense who will have the football first. And here are the guys who make it go. Just an outstanding offensive line.
I think in college football, games are still won and lost in the trenches, David, and we are looking at one of the great offensive lines today in college football. They know every single week one thing. They're going to try to line up, and they're going to try and run the football. When you've got a tailback like they've got, and you've got this offensive line, man, they're hard to stop.
They are hard to stop, man. And what I love about offensive linemen, I like when they don't like people, and they enjoy moving people against their will. And this unit, man, they're going to pave holes, and this running back's going to get the credit. But make no mistake about it.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Ready. Go. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Didn't get past the marker when he started his slide, and now it's 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the Indiana Hoosiers offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will.
Oh, he's got some space. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to...
Got a little grass. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for a gap. It's Beebe. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on third down. The RPO, it's complete. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. Running inside, it's Richard. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And they're able to make the tackle. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now
they got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
That play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on foot.
Powers through the defender. At the 20, he's got space. Flying out to the left. The 30. He's at the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the way.
you got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll give it to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Makes the grab. It's Becker. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Richard.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Snagged in the middle. It's Becker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going.
Could be an alley. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. It's complete to the right. Could not make his way to the corner.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got his man. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
This time it's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way to go.
Looking for space. It's Beebe. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. They'll stop the clock to have a look at the injured Hawkeye. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He gets a hand on it. It's blocked. He's got the ball. That one's 5.
And the short field goals are a lot harder to block because they get up high in the air. But nice job by the kick block unit, getting in there, getting their hands up, and blocking them a field goal, baby.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The Hoosiers take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Handoff for Malton. And he's only able to pick up about a yard before he stopped on the play. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Finds a man in the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires on the move. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Nice directional kick there, like a solid iron shot.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Grabbed in the middle. It's Preston. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
The Hoosiers, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Pulls it in. It's shot. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Got a man in the middle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time it's complete. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Might be changing the route. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with a look at Penn State taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. And it's the Nittany Lions who finish off the victory to get to 4-1. They led this one at halftime. They held off a second-half comeback attempt. This group has to be feeling good. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside, Mac. Now back to your game at Kinnick Stadium. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. Looking for blockers. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Lost the defense. He's wide open. Oh, a lot of space. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
The short hands, it's Marsh. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Richard. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go.
Got it! He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a...
They will score! Touchdown, Indiana! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Let's see what he can do with the return. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Finds his big tight end. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Tough physical run, stiff arm and all as they get it out to the 13. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the Oaks. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll go to the air. Here's a heat. And down he goes.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes the catch at the 35. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Catch in the middle, it's Marsh. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They'll stop the clock to have a look at the injured Hawkeye. These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. That is no good. Lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game. And the Hawkeyes have this offense rolling. Here's a gift to Malton. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. They'll stop the clock to have a look at the injured Hawkeye. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Kamari again. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. The Hawkeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Touchdown, Iowa! Great job by the back on the option.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game.
Offside.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Unloads to the right. It's caught. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back to back.
Back to pass, it's Hoover. Sets up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The unproductive first down completion now brings up 2nd and long. Finds his man. It's Richard. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll pull it down and run. He's not going to have enough for the first down. Had to get it to the 35, and now a tricky 4th down decision coming.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football. I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Hoover. That's caught. It's Morris. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Timeout called by the defense. 2:09 remaining on the clock.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first down. A few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a dub.
Here's a little room there. Picks up the first down. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Timeout called by the defense just shy of the 2-minute mark. 2:02 remaining here. The Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. And he's only able to pick up about a yard before he stopped on the play. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Going to the run, it's Martin. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
14.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break them out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Rushes on him, and it's a sack. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Under fire. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Running to the left. Finding some room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Indiana! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this is a tough spot.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. It's picked off, and another empty drive.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Gonna run it. It's Martin. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.